Oh my god, you guys! Did you watch the latest episode of Outlander? If so, pause the video now and let me know if your eyes also hurt from crying, because I doubt I will recover from this episode anytime soon. I'm absolutely heartbroken for Claire and Jaime, and I don't know what to do. The sad thing is, the upcoming season finale won't be any easier. So let's talk about it. As I said, episode 15 was nothing short of a roller coaster. The highly anticipated Battle of Monmouth served as a dramatic backdrop, and it was tense, as you can already guess. Jaime and Claire were caught in the thick of it, with Claire's medical expertise and quick thinking on full display, so much so that it almost cost her life in the end. But we'll talk about that in more detail later. Let me say this though, as much as we've seen Claire navigate danger before, watching her fight for survival amidst such intense peril had me gripping the edge of my seat the entire time. The stakes were higher than ever, and it felt like each second mattered. Her strength and resourcefulness were on full display, and yet, the danger surrounding her was overwhelming. Jaime, as always, was thrust into the chaos of battle, having to navigate not just the physical conflict but also the emotional and moral turmoil that came with it. Throughout all the violence, Jaime's foremost priority remained Claire's safety. He was pulled in so many directions, fighting for the cause, trying to protect those he loves, and dealing with the immense pressure of his leadership role. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this episode truly highlighted Jaime's inner turmoil more than ever before. It was clear how torn he was between his duty to the revolution and his responsibility to Claire. It's always been a struggle for Jaime to balance his personal love with his broader commitments, but this episode magnified just how enormous that internal conflict really is. The weight of the world was on his shoulders, and he had to make difficult decisions in the heat of the moment, not knowing if they would cost him the very thing he was trying to protect, Claire. Watching him grapple with that was gut-wrenching, and honestly, I felt for him more deeply than ever. It was a powerful reminder of just how much sacrifice and emotional strain he endures, and just how much love, loyalty, and duty collide in the most heartbreaking ways. Then there's William, who was thrown into an identity crisis after learning the truth about his parentage. Oh, poor William, he didn't deserve any of this. This revelation rocked him to his core, and I could see him grappling with the reality of his bloodline, caught between his loyalty to the British Army and his relationship with Jaime. I mean, what would you do in his situation? I'd spiral for sure. So I'm not mad at William, not even a bit. In fact, for me, watching him come to terms with who he really is was one of the episode's emotional high points. In the midst of all this, Ian's decision to kill Oberst V to protect Rachel was heartbreaking, yet, feel free to fight me in the comments, heroic. The decision to take a life for love and loyalty showcases Ian's emotional growth and the gravity of his relationship with Rachel. As I predicted, their bond was tested in this moment, with Ian becoming more conflicted about his actions. Is it just me, or will the consequences of his decision likely haunt him? We'll see in the next episode. Meanwhile, Roger was relentlessly pushing ahead with his mission to find Jaime, no matter how overwhelming the challenges were. Each step he took felt heavier than the last, as he faced not only physical obstacles but also the emotional toll of being so far removed from his family. His journey wasn't just about traveling through time, it was about the inner strength to keep going, even when the odds seemed impossible. He knew that every minute counted in the race to reunite with his loved ones, and the uncertainty of the situation only added to the weight of his mission. At the same time, Brianna, in the present, had her own set of obstacles to navigate. While Roger was out there fighting through time, she faced the emotional burden of being in the here and now, trying to hold everything together. She was doing everything she could to work toward reuniting their family, but the emotional and logistical hurdles she encountered along the way were formidable. It was a constant balancing act, keeping hope alive while contending with the harsh realities of their separation. The dynamic between the two of them, struggling to stay connected across such vast distances and through such complicated circumstances, highlights just how fragile the fabric of their family really is. It's a reminder of how easily time and distance can pull people apart, even when they're bound by love. Yet, in the face of all these trials, Brianna's determination and Roger's sense of duty acted as the key driving forces behind this plot line. Brianna's fierce resolve to keep her family intact and Roger's unwavering commitment to his mission no matter how daunting remind us that the strength of their bond, though tested by time, is something they'll fight to protect at all costs. And then, of course, there's the heart-wrenching cliffhanger with Claire severely injured, Jaime making life-altering decisions, and so many threads left unresolved. I'm not going to lie, the episode left me on the edge of my seat, wondering how all these pieces will come together. To me, it's clear that the finale will offer not just answers, but also more questions, leaving us wanting more in Season 8. So, let's talk about Outlander Season 7's season finale. With the stage set for the finale, Claire's recovery will undoubtedly be at the forefront of Episode 16. I'm certain that Denzel Hunter's medical expertise will be tested as he works alongside Claire to save her life. In the books, Claire's medical innovations such as her use of penicillin from moldy cheese play a vital role in her survival. This episode will likely see Claire's medical ingenuity come into play, and I wouldn't be surprised if she uses her knowledge of 18th century remedies to battle the infection caused by her injury. Her survival will be a powerful testament to her resilience, but it will also test the limits of Jaime's devotion to her. Will he stand by her as a loving husband, or will this traumatic experience strain their bond? Their relationship further? Let me know what you think in the comments. Speaking of Jaime, his resignation from the army to stay by Claire's side is sure to ripple through the events of the finale. In Outlander books, just like in the show, Jaime's sense of duty often comes into conflict with his personal life, and as I mentioned, this season has highlighted that conflict in a major way. General Washington's reaction to Jaime stepping down will be crucial. Will he understand Jaime's loyalty to Claire, or will he view it as a betrayal? That's the part I'm most excited about, but let me know what you think. One thing is clear though, the stakes are incredibly high, and Jaime will have to navigate not just the physical battlefield but the political one as well. We'll likely see him face criticism from his fellow soldiers, and this will further emphasize the personal sacrifices that Jaime and Claire must make in order to protect each other. Plus, William's upcoming confrontation with Jaime will be one of the most emotional moments in the series. Their biological connection has been a source of tension throughout the season, and Episode 16 will force them to face this reality head-on. Lord John Grey's role in this conversation will be significant. As someone who has watched William struggle with his identity, Lord John will serve as a mediator in this moment. But the emotional weight of the situation will not be easily resolved. This conversation will likely define William's trajectory moving forward, especially as he grapples with the choices he must make regarding his loyalties, his love for Jaime, and his personal responsibilities. Meanwhile, Roger and Brianna's search for their son, Jaime, will continue to test the strength of their relationship in ways that neither of them could have imagined. As they both struggle to balance their individual goals with the deep love they share, the tension between them will inevitably grow. Brianna, with her fierce determination, will be doing everything in her power to keep her family together, but the emotional toll of the separation from Roger and the children will weigh heavily on her. For Roger, the journey to reunite with his loved ones will push him to his limits as well. The uncertainty of the situation, combined with the challenges of traveling through time, will put their bond to the test. I believe that Brianna, alongside the children, will eventually find their way through the stones to reunite with Roger, but their journey will be anything but easy. The path will be fraught with obstacles, and every step forward will come with its own set of struggles. One of the most significant challenges they will face, however, is the emotional distance that has started to form between them. The months and even years spent apart have created a gap that will be hard to bridge, and the strain of their separation will make it difficult for them to immediately find their way back to each other. Adding to that tension will be the looming threat of Rob Cameron's interference, a complication that will only add to their struggles. We all know that Rob's intentions have always been shrouded in mystery, and his reappearance in the finale will undoubtedly raise the stakes for Roger and Brianna. His manipulative nature and unpredictable actions will add a layer of danger to an already precarious situation, testing not only their relationship but their ability to trust each other in the face of mounting challenges. Once reunited, though, the family will be faced with an even more difficult choice: should they stay in the past, where their future is uncertain, or return to their original time, leaving behind everything they've fought for. This decision will not come lightly, and it's one that will divide opinions among the family members. Each person will have their own perspective on what's best for their future, and the emotional weight of this decision will force them to confront the deeper implications of their journey. Should they choose to stay, what will it mean for their future, and what sacrifices will they have to make? And if they choose to return to their original time, what will they lose in the process? The choice they face will not be a simple one, and I'm sure it will leave the family torn, struggling to find the right path forward. On the other hand, Ian and Rachel's relationship will continue to evolve, especially after Ian's decision to kill Oberst von Nell. This action will weigh heavily on Ian's conscience, and his relationship with Rachel will provide the emotional grounding he needs as he seeks redemption. The moral consequences of his actions will haunt him, but Rachel's unwavering support will likely be a source of strength. Feel free to fight me in the comments, but I feel like their relationship is one of the most grounded in Outlander, and the finale will absolutely highlight just how much they mean to each other as they face the aftermath of Ian's decision. For more weekly updates on Outlander, make sure to like and follow. And if you're curious about the upcoming Outlander prequel series, check out the video on the screen.